Hello everybody, I hope you're all well, and Classic Football Shirts have just celebrated another birthday, and that means, of course, I've been buying football shirts. Usually when they have their 20% off sales, I do spend a little bit more money because, well, it'd be rude not to, and this time I've gone and bought 3 shirts. Usually I buy a few more, I get some of the cheaper ones, and I sort of pad up my collection. This time I spent a little bit more money on fewer shirts, and I've got what I believe are technically better shirts. So there are 3 in here. It's quite a chunky parcel, and I'm pretty excited to show you the 3 that I have bought. These lot have been on the site for probably the best part of a year now. They've been in my wish list for that sort of period of time. Rather surprised that they're still available to purchase. But in addition to the great shirts that are inside, as they did last year, there possibly may well be a golden ticket within the parcel. So I don't know how many they've released, but there's probably more than one, where if you open up your package and you see a shimmering, glimmering golden ticket, that gives you access to, I believe, their headquarters and warehouse. You probably do some sort of tour. And not only that, you get a £500 voucher, gift card, whatever it is, to spend then and there, which, as you can imagine, would be pretty amazing. I would love to do that. So, hence the reason why I'm going to be opening these up rather quickly, because these arrived in the post a few days ago. I'm not going to leave this a few months, because if there is a golden ticket in here, I kind of really want to do it right now. So I'm going to be doing one shirt like I do every time, and then we'll just see what's on top, and then we'll just work our way through. All 3 are really good. So, it'd be quite cool to have a golden ticket, but if not, some good shirts regardless. Okay then, so let's take off the first shirt. This is the shirt we're going to do. There we go, that's the first shirt we're going to do. Now, we need to be careful, so we'll get rid of that one, get rid of this one, and we'll see if there's any golden tickets. So we have a Del Piero shirt. There we go, got a few of them. And then we have the typical advertising card. And then we have certainly nothing in there, unless there's something floating around between these parcels. We have no golden ticket. What a shame that is. But that it was only going to be a bonus. Let's put away those 2 shirts for now. And we have gone with this one here. Does anybody recognise this one specifically? Not really much that's been given away there. It is a black shirt. You've got the crest there, which is probably going to be a little bit, I'd say out of the 3 that I purchased, this is the more obscure of the nations, specifically if you're based in Europe, but possibly the best designed. So let's see how it goes, shall we? So let's remove that parcel. Alright then. So there is the tag, which is always nice, isn't it? Now then, we have the rear of the shirt there. So it is black with these white sort of screen printed sponsors on there. Everything has been screen printed, I think, on this shirt. Apart from these Hummel chevrons, the traditional chevrons, they are sort of transferred on, which actually feels really nice. Anyway, let's get to the front of the shirt, and maybe we'll have a better idea of who this is. There we go. Now, it is a relatively plain shirt. It is black, but those eagle-eyed of you may recognise that there is a little bit of something going on towards the bottom there. It's a rather unusual little scape going on there. What could that be? It kind of looks a little bit eerie, a little bit mysterious. Well, what I'm going to do is what I usually do. I'm going to put it on the mannequin, and I'll explain to you a little bit about the shirt, the club, and why I decided to go for this one in particular. Well, there we go. Pretty cool, right? Hopefully the shirt is in the shot. I think it is. Now, this is a football team that's come all the way from Argentina, and it is Chacarita Juniors, and it's their 3rd shirt from 2019-2020. So it goes back a little bit, and I bought this obviously from Classic Football Shirts. It does, at full retail, cost £49.99, so it's actually the most expensive of the 3 that I did buy, and I believe, certainly at the time of recording, all sizes are still available. So if you do like this one, then I think this is one you probably should be able to easily buy. It's one of those ones where if you aren't looking for it specifically, you are probably never going to see this because their website's a little bit difficult to find shirts that are older than a few months. Like when it's released on the site, it's going to be there on the new stuff. But like this one's been on there for about a year, unless you're specifically looking for South American, Argentinian, this club, probably not going to pop on many people's radars. And it's one of those ones where you can scroll past it and think, oh, it's just a pretty plain black shirt, but there are some interesting details that I will explain to you about. Now, they were founded in 1906 in an anarchist's library, which I think is a rather interesting little tidbit that they've added onto that. And they come from Villa Crespo, which is a neighborhood of Buenos Aires. Now, they are known as Fuenbreros, which translates to the Undertakers. Hence this giant graphic, I say giant, but it's decently sized graphic of a graveyard on the front there. You've got this moon, rather large moon, and then you have the trees, you have the birds, and of course you have the gravestones and the tombstones. Now, there is a reason for that. It's not just because they randomly put it on there and it's not specifically special for Halloween. It's because they play near the Le Chicate Cemetery, which is near their stadium, hence the nickname of the Undertakers. And I think that's really, really, really nice. I remember when I did see this, I did catch the fact that this was there. And I thought this would be a great one to have in the background for when it does get to Halloween, because, you know, it's quite an interesting one. You know, of course, Napoli released their Halloween special. This one would work just as well. Now, on the back of this one, it did have a hashtag which was said La Más Linda, which I believe just translates to the most beautiful. It was a little bit difficult trying to figure it out initially because when I put that hashtag in, it just brought up, well, beautiful ladies. So I was a bit confused. I thought, is this someone promoting their own personal accounts? But I think that's what it translates to. Now, they typically, for their home shirts, play in red and black and sort of white stripes. It's kind of just a combination of what you see in their crest there. And I was looking back at their previous back catalogue of shirts. They've been with Hummel for a bit. They've had Macron as well. Homar, I believe, also. And to be honest, I think this is actually probably the best one. If you're not necessarily too bothered about getting a home shirt, of course, is more iconic with a club. This one had the best design. There's some interesting styles they've used, but this one with the graphic of the graveyard is just so unique that I'm pretty pleased to be able to add this to my collection. They play in the Primera Nacional, which is the second division in Argentina, so they're not a top division, certainly right now. Now, they currently sit 19th in the table, which you think, probably not, that's not very good, is it? That's towards the bottom. No, actually, it's mid-table, because currently there are 37 teams in this division and they all play each other once. It's sort of just literally everyone's in the league and they play wherever, so they're effectively mid-table team. So last season the format was different once again. It was split into two zones, Zone A and Zone B. They were in Zone A and they finished 16th out of 17th, but because of COVID, they suspended relegation for 2 seasons, so they never really had to worry about that being an issue anyway. So this season, they've clearly done a little bit better, finding themselves mid-table. But that's kind of cool, isn't it? I'm trying to expand my South American collection a little bit more. I think I'm in the high 30s. I think getting to 50 would be quite cool, especially like these Argentinian and these Brazilian teams. There are so many of them. As you can imagine, there's 37 teams in that league. There's a lot of shirts that I need to buy. But I think this one's a really cool one. I think it should be going under a lot of people's radars. And if you're interested in getting something that's a little bit different, a little bit spooky, then this is definitely the one for you. And it's a Hummel shirt. It fits as you would expect in the Hummel one, really. Everything is sort of screen printed on, apart from the Hummel sort of stuff, that's all transferred, and then the actual crest is sort of embroidered onto the material. And you've got, you know, it's South American, so you've got your sponsors sort of littered around there, and then you've got a little bit of red, which is of course their primary colour, I suppose, with the black. But that is it. That is the first of the 3 classic football shirts that I did buy during their birthday little giveaway. And with this being released on the Friday, it will be now a week since my giveaway video was released, which means most likely that as you're watching this, the giveaway is now closed. So I wish you all the best luck to everybody who entered. As I'm filming this, there's been plenty of entries already, so it's definitely going to be one of those ones where it's a little bit more difficult for you to win, but who knows where it's going to land. It could be anywhere in the world. And that's kind of it, really. I think for now I'm probably just going to be doing 2 videos a week, just because just fits in with how my schedule is right now. I think Tuesday and Friday is a little bit better for me, but we'll just see how it goes. It's very fluid. But I do have some cool shirts arriving, and I've got some great other things to try out. So, thank you guys as always for watching my videos. Hope you have a great weekend ahead, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.